stay away from him. That's what my manager told me on my third day at work. I didn't even know who him was. Then she added, "He looks nice," she said, "but trust me, don't get involved." That felt strange because this was an office, not a movie. My name is Nina. I'm 29, divorced. I don't talk much. I come to work, do my job, go home. No friends, no problems. At least that was the plan. Until the day he sat across from me. Calm, focused, quiet. Not dangerous, not strange, just normal. Then he looked up. "Hey," he said, "can I ask you something?" I hesitated, because suddenly that warning came back. Stay away from him. But I still said, "Yeah, sure." And that was the moment everything started to change, because I didn't know this yet. But there was a reason everyone was telling me to stay away from Mark. Before Mark, my life was very simple. Wake up, go to work, come back home, sleep. No excitement, no surprises. After my divorce, I stopped expecting much from life. I didn't want drama anymore. Didn't want people asking questions. So I chose this: a small apartment, a quiet routine, and silence. At work, I did my job well. I wasn't the best, but I never made mistakes. That was enough for me. At meetings, I sat in the same seat every time. Listened, took notes, but never spoke. Not because I didn't know things, but because I didn't want attention. If you don't speak, no one judges you. Simple rule, and I liked that. Until Mark. He was still looking at me, waiting. I realized I didn't answer his question yet. "What did you want to ask?" I said. He smiled slightly. "There's a mistake in this report," he said. "Can you help me understand it?" That was normal. Work talk. No problem. I leaned closer, looked at the file, and then I saw it immediately. A small detail. A calculation error. Without thinking, I said, "It's not wrong, it's just outdated." He looked at me, interested now. "What do you mean?" And for the first time, I explained something. Not loud, not confident, but clear. He listened, carefully. No interruption. Then he said something unexpected. "That's actually smart." That word, smart? No one at work had said that to me before. I didn't know how to respond, so I just nodded. But inside, something felt different. A small change. Very small, but real. And I didn't realize it yet, but that small conversation was the beginning of a change I wasn't ready for. After that day, something changed. Not obvious, but I felt it. Mark started coming to my desk more often. "Can you check this? What do you think about this?" Simple questions, work-related. Nothing wrong. But people noticed. I didn't at first, until one day I walked into the break room, and the conversation stopped. That silence felt loud. I ignored it, got my coffee, turned to leave. Then I heard it. "Of course it's her." I froze. Not completely, just enough to listen. New girl, already close to him. A small laugh. Another voice. "She doesn't know, does she?" My heart dropped. Know what? I walked out quickly. Internal. Don't think too much. It's nothing. But it didn't feel like nothing. Back at my desk, I tried to focus. Then, Mark came again. Same calm tone. Got a minute? I hesitated this time. That warning came back again. Stay away from him. I looked at him. Didn't look like someone to avoid. Didn't look like someone to avoid. Just normal. So I said, okay. We sat together. He showed me a report. But this time, I wasn't fully focused. My mind was somewhere else. Then, suddenly, I asked, why do people say things about you? Silence. He looked at me, not surprised, not shocked, just quiet. Then he asked, what did you hear? I hesitated. Nothing clear, I said, just things. He leaned back slightly, thinking. Then he said something unexpected. Most of it isn't true. That answer felt incomplete. So I asked, most? He gave a small smile. Yeah. Beat. Not all. My chest tightened. And in that moment, I realized something important. Whatever people were saying about him wasn't completely wrong. After that conversation, I told myself something simple. Stay away. Not because I was scared, but because things were getting complicated, and I didn't want that. So the next day, when Mark came to my desk, "Need your help again," he said. I didn't look up. "I'm busy," I replied. That wasn't true, but it was easier. Silence. Then he said, "Okay." Just that. No pressure, no questions. And somehow that felt worse. Why does that feel wrong? I tried to focus on my screen, but my mind kept going back to him. The way he didn't argue, didn't insist, just stepped back. That wasn't normal. Most people push. He didn't. Shift. Later that day. There was a team meeting. Same room, same seats. I sat quietly as usual. Manager speaking. Numbers, deadlines. Then suddenly, any suggestions? Silence. No one spoke, like always. But then, Mark said, "I think Nina has a better idea." Shock. All eyes turned to me. My heart dropped. Why would he say that? I wasn't ready. Manager looks at me. Go ahead. Internal panic. Say something or say nothing. That old habit, stay quiet. But Mark was looking at me, not forcing, just waiting. And somehow that gave me a little courage. I spoke. Not perfect, not confident, but clear. I explained the idea. Short, simple. Silence for a second. Then, "That's actually good," the manager said. Shock again. He continues, "We'll try that." Meeting moves on, but I wasn't listening anymore. What just happened? After the meeting, people looked at me differently. Not gossip now. Attention. I didn't like it. It felt exposed. Then Mark walked past me, quietly said, "See?" Just one word, but it stayed. Internal conflict. This is exactly what I didn't want. Attention, change, and him being part of it. Hook. Tension rising. And that's when I understood. Truth. Staying away from him was going to be much harder than I thought. After the meeting, things didn't go back to normal. They got worse. Not openly, not directly, but I could feel it. The looks, the whispers. And now, they included my name. That evening, I stayed late. Not because of work, because I didn't want to face people. The office was almost empty, just a few lights on. I was packing my bag when I heard a voice. "You shouldn't trust him." I turned. It was Sarah, standing at the door. Her tone, not sarcastic this time, serious. I frowned. "What do you mean?" She walks in slowly. "You really don't know?" she said. My chest tightens. Know what? She studies me, like she's deciding something. Then, "He used to be a manager here." That surprised me. "What?" She nods. "Yeah." Beat. "And he got demoted." Shock. "Why?" She exhales. "Because of someone he trusted." Silence. My mind connecting things. What happened? She hesitates. Then, "He helped a junior employee." Slowly. "Supported her. Just like he's doing with you." My heart starts racing. And then, she looks me straight in the eye. She accused him. Impact. Of what? Sarah doesn't rush. Of crossing a line. Silence. The room feels colder. My thoughts. No, that doesn't match him. But Sarah continues. "There was no proof," she says, "but it was enough." Reality. He lost his position, her final line, and his reputation. Silence. I don't know what to say. Internal conflict. Is that true? Or just gossip again? Sarah steps closer. "Just be careful," she says. Soft. "Because people don't change that easily." She leaves. I stand there, alone, my mind racing. The past, the warning, his words. Most of it isn't true. That line comes back. Not all. And for the first time, I felt it. Real doubt. Truth. What if the person helping me, Beat, is the same person everyone else is afraid of? The next day, I couldn't act normal. Not after what I heard. Every time I saw him, that story played in my head. He was accused. I tried to ignore it, focus on work. It didn't work. So I decided I need to know the truth. Around lunch, I found him in the break area, alone. Perfect moment. My heart was beating fast. This wasn't easy. I walked up to him. "Can I ask you something?" I said. He looked up. Same calm expression. "Sure." No hesitation. That made it harder. I paused, then said it. "Why did you get demoted?" Silence. Just 1 second, but it felt longer. He didn't look surprised. He knew this would come. Then he said, "So you heard." Not defensive, not angry, just honest. I nodded. "Is it true?" I asked, my voice lower now. "Did you cross a line?" The question felt heavy, but I needed it. He looked at me, carefully. Then he shook his head. "No." Simple, but not enough. I waited, and he understood. So he continued. I helped someone, he said. She was struggling. Sounds familiar. She needed support. I stayed quiet, listening. Then his tone changed slightly, but she misunderstood it. Silence. Or maybe, he added, maybe she needed someone to blame. That line felt real. Not perfect, not clean, just human. He continues. There was no proof, he said. But in situations like that, he pauses. People don't wait for proof. Truth. They choose a side. I felt that. Then I asked quietly, why are you helping me? Important question. This time, he didn't answer immediately. He thought, then said, because no one helped me when I needed it. Silence. That hit differently. No drama, no big speech, just simple truth. Internal shift. Something inside me softened. But still, there was doubt. And that's when I realized truth. Trusting him was still a risk.
The next few days felt different, just clearer. I stopped listening to whispers, stopped watching people's reactions. For once, I focused on myself. I started speaking more in meetings. Not perfect, but I tried. And slowly, people noticed. Not gossip this time, respect. But not everyone changed. Sarah didn't. She was quieter now, but still watching, waiting. Then it happened. Another team meeting. This time I was prepared. Manager speaking. Updates, plans. Then, any suggestions? Silence. But not this time. I raised my hand. My heart was beating fast, but I spoke, clear, confident. I shared my idea, explained everything. No hesitation. Silence for a second. Then, that's a strong plan, the manager said. Shock, but different this time. It felt earned. He added, let's move forward with Nina leading this. Real shift. People nodded. No whispers, no judgment, just acceptance. I glanced at Mark. He didn't say anything, just gave a small nod. That was enough. Then someone spoke. Sarah. But is that fair? The room shifts again. She continues. After everything we've heard. There it is. The past. His past. Everyone looks at him, then at me. This moment decides everything. I could stay quiet, like before, or I could speak, and this time I didn't hesitate. I trust him. Simple, clear. The room goes silent. I continue. I don't know everything about his past, truth, but I know how he treated me. I beat. And that matters. No drama, just honesty. Then I add, and I choose to work with him. Silence. Then something changes. The tension drops. The manager nods. That's enough for me, he says. Meeting continues. No more questions. Afterward, people don't look at us the same way. Not suspicious, just normal. Shift. Emotional close. That day, I didn't just find my voice. I made a choice. Not about him, about myself. Reflection. Sometimes growth doesn't come from comfort. It comes from risk and trust, even when it's not easy. Outro. So tell me honestly, if you were in my place, would you trust someone when everyone tells you not to? Or would you walk away just to feel safe? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoy stories like this, don't forget to subscribe, because the next story might challenge you even more.